today I am going to read my history book of class 6. So today we are going to read chapter 2, the Egyptian civilization. So first we are going to read this box, white box. Get set. The Valley of Golden Mummies lies in Bahariya Oasis in Egypt. So this golden mummies, the valleys of golden mummies, these lies. So as we know that in Egypt there are mummies. So there is a valley of golden mummies in the Bahariya Oasis in Egypt. So now what is the meaning of oasis? The meaning of oasis is when there is a desert type area and there is a, so I'm going to show a picture of you and understand with that. So this is the Egypt and it is like a desert only. So this is the Nile river and this river makes the plants grow nearby the river. So that is called an oasis. So Egypt is an oasis. Now when it was discovered accidentally in 1996 when a donkey tripped and hit its leg on the edge of a tomb. So when it was 1996, then a dog tripped his legs on the edge of a tomb. So the donkey tripped the legs in the edge of the tomb. Excavating revealed a vast tomb complex containing hundreds of mummies. So in the tomb there was hundreds of mummies. A large number of mummies are covered with layer of golds, and in that the large number of mummies are covered with layer of gold, and hence the name the Valley of Golden Mummies. So Egypt is called the Valley of Golden Mummies. Now let's start this chapter. A civilization arose in Egypt in the valley of River Nile. So a civilization that was arose in Egypt in the valley of River Nile. So the early times there was not any aqueducts or any other type to drink water. So the civilization started where the river was there. So in the Egyptian civilization, there was the river Nile where the civilization started. Annual floods in the river made the adjoining flood plains fertile and enabled farmers to grow crops. So when the flood came from the river Nile, when the floods came from the river Nile, that jointed. So the flood came, so it took some fertile soil also. And when the flood was over, the fertile soil was left by the river. So that's why farmers help farmers to grow crops. And without the river Nile, Egypt would have been a desert. So if there wasn't a river Nile, so Egypt had to be a desert. That is why Egypt is called a gift of Nile. So what is called the Egypt? Egypt is called the gift of Nile. Now, sources. Now we are going to read the Egyptian civilization sources. Our knowledge about the ancient Egyptian civilization is based on archaeological excavations, inscriptions and official documents. So how we get the knowledge of Egyptian civilization? We get the knowledge of Egyptian civilization by archaeological excavations, inscriptions and official documents. So the archaeologists had to dig and find the history. If they will not find anything, how we will get to know what happened in history? So that is why how we get the knowledge about the ancient times, by archaeological inscriptions and official documents. So these have helped us to reconstruct the history of Egypt. Now let's start reading origin. By 3300 BCE, BCE means birth before Common Era or birth before Christ. So in 3300 BCE, villages in Nile Valley had grown into towns. Now in 3300 BCE, the village of River Nile valley has been grown to towns. Now these towns were ruled by rich and powerful kings. So anybody should should rule the towns. So who ruled are rich and powerful kings. In the early stage of civilization, history was divided into two kingdoms. Now, in the early stages means early times, Egypt has been divided into two kingdoms: the Upper Egypt and the Lower Egypt. Now, I am going to show you a photo of the Upper Egypt and the Lower Egypt. Now, this is the photo of the Upper Egypt and the Lower Egypt. Now, this is the Upper Egypt. Upper Egypt means they have divided. Why? Because in the Upper Egypt, the river Nile water was coming fast. So the Upper Egypt had no scarcity of water. But when the Nile was going out, it was named as Lower Egypt. Means the water was coming slowly. That is why they have divided two into Upper and Lower Egypt. Now, in around 3100 BC, a king of Upper Egypt conquered Lower Egypt to unite the two kingdoms. Now we are going to read its periods. Now the history of ancient Egypt has divided into three periods. The first period is the Old Kingdom, second period is the Middle Kingdom, and third period is the New Kingdom. Now I am going to read this. Now the Old Kingdom. This period extended roughly from 2649 BCE to 2150 BC. Now, this period extended from 2649 BCE to 2150 BCE. And some historians refer to this period as the Age of Pyramids. So, this period was known as the Age of Pyramids. The Middle Kingdom. This period extended approximately from 2055 BCE to 1700 BC. Now this period extended approximately to 2055 BC to 1700 BC. And in about 1650 BCE, the Egypt was invaded by the Hyksos tribe. So what is the meaning of Hyksos? I'm telling you. Hyksos means invaders from Western Asia. They founded the 15th dynasty that ruled Lower Egypt. Now you got the meaning of Hyksos. So the Hyksos tribe means they ruled. Now they started ruling the Egypt. The Hyksos ruled for a short till 1565 BC. So the Hyksos, how much time till they ruled? From 1650 BC to 1565 BCE. The New Kingdom. Now what is the New Kingdom? This period extends roughly from 1550 BCE to 1070 BC. After this, the empire entered a period of decline. So after this, the empires start to decline the period. Now we will going to read the social classes. Society consisted of many classes. The ruler was called the pharaoh and was treated as god. Now the society was consisted of many classes, and the ruler means the main ruler was called the pharaoh and was treated as god. So the pharaoh was treated as god. The pharaoh was the political and religious leader of the kingdom. So the pharaoh means the ruler was the political also and the religious leader also of the Egyptians. Statues of pharaohs are kept in temples. So the statues of pharaohs were kept in temples, and their achievements were inscribed on temple walls. So their achievements means what they have done for the Egyptians. They wrote their achievement also in the temple walls. The pharaoh took all major decisions concerning the empires. So the pharaoh took all the decisions concerning the empire. So after the pharaoh who came next came the priests, and then came the nobles, officials and scribes. So the first came the pharaoh, second came the priests, then came the nobles, officials and scribes, and then followed by merchants, artisans and farmers, and at the lowest rung who was the slaves. most of whom prisoners of war. So the most of the slaves were in the prisoners of war, and anyone who was unable to pay off the debts, means the money which they have taken from another, if they were unable to pay, so they were also reduced to slavery, means they have to do the work. Now, life of the people. Now, how did people live in that time? Family. The father was head of the family. In the family, the father was head. Birth of daughters were welcome. The birth of daughters were welcome. Women belonging to poor families worked on fields and looked after their houses. So the women which were belonging to poor families worked in field also and looked after their family also, or houses also. Rich women led better lives. As you all know, the rich women will also lead better lives. Many of them could read and write. So many of the rich villages could read and write. We get references of some powerful queens. So we get references of some powerful queen. For example, Queen Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut was crowned the crown pharaoh. So the Queen Hatshepsut was crowned as pharaoh, is the ruler, and Queen Nefertiti ruled with her husband Akhenaten. So the Queen Nefertiti ruled with her husband Akhenaten. Now, the life of the people we read. Now we are going to read how the rich lived. The rich lived in a big house decorated with frescoes and paintings. Now, what is the meaning of frescoes? I'm telling you. So frescoes meaning is pictures painted on wall. So the rich families have big houses and they were decorated with frescoes and paintings. The household work was done by servants or slaves. So the household works were done by servants and slaves. Both men and women wore jewelries made of gold and precious stones. So in the rich family, both the men and women wore the jewelries made of gold and precious stones. They also wore wigs or headdresses. So these are wigs and headdresses. The wealthier the person, the more elaborate, the expensive the headdress. So the meaning of this is how much money they had, all wear the headdresses or wigs. But how if a rich person buys it can buy nicer. If a poor person buys, it will get expensive, or it will not get expensive but cheap. So the how much money he will give, the headdress or wig will get. Now cosmetics, particular eye makeup was also used by both men and women. So eye makeup, as you can see, the eye makeup and cosmetics, these also were used by both men and women. Now how poor lived. The poor worked as servants or as laborers in these households. So the poor, what did they do? They worked as servants or as labor in the rich households. Their houses were small, often consisting of only one room. So sometimes the poor families had only one room. The poor were jewelry made of cheap metal decorated with pieces of brightly painted clay. So all wear jewelries, but how much they had money, they had buy it like that. So poor also wear jewelries. So they wear jewelries of cheap metal and decorated with brightly painted clay. Now what are their amusements? Means what they do in the whole day. Singing and dancing were the most popular forms of amusement. So the dancing and singing was the most popular amusements. People also played musical instruments. So what were musical instruments people played? Like harps, then lyres, flutes and drums. And Senet was a very popular board game. So this is the Senet game. It was very popular game. Hunting and fishing were also popular pastimes. So when they had to pass times, they did hunting and fishing. Now food. What they ate? Food. Now food such as wheat, millet and barley was the main crops, and bread was made from wheat and barley. People also ate fruits and vegetables such as dates, grapes, apples, peaches, figs, pomegranates, onions, garlic, turnips and cucumber. And wine was the popular drink. among the rich. Now we are going to read this. So friends, today we are only going to read till here. In my next video we will start from here. Bye friends, see you in my next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.